Hi guys, how are you? Welcome to True Crime and Tarot. Um, I promise I have not been drinking tonight, but Happy New Year to you all. And I just uploaded another short video entitled 110 Ben Hill Road. And forgive me for not being super tech savvy because I'm not. So I want to I wanted to share that video on here and stop and start it and discuss it with you guys, but I don't know how to do that. Not yet, anyway. So I'm just gonna go ahead and discuss it. First of all, when we pulled on to 110 Ben Hill Road, there was a neighbor outside with a little boy. I've mentioned this in comments. Very friendly man. He did not want to be on film, which is fine. Perfectly understand. He literally is a direct neighbor of the Wells. But he did talk to me, and I asked him, what did you think? What do you think happened to Summer? And he just immediately, without hesitation, said she was taken. I was kind of shocked that he was just very straightforward about that, and that's what he thought. And he had a little boy with him in the yard, and I said, "Does that make you scared? With your little guy here?" And he said, "Yeah, that's why I don't let him out of my sight." I asked him, if he knew Summer, and he said, "Yeah, she lived right there." And he pointed up at their house. So, we proceeded to drive up. It's an extremely narrow road. I have a smaller vehicle, so I was like afraid that somebody else was going to come down this road because it's so narrow, and it's like you feel like you just like fall off this road. Thank God nobody did come down the road, but I was also shocked that Jody Sue's driveway. They're so close. I mean, they're literally like right across the street from each other, and you'll be able to see that in my video. I was watching some streams earlier with some other YouTubers, and they were talking about how Jody Sue couldn't see the Wells' property or the kids playing. Um, from what my opinion, I don't know how much she could have possibly saw from her vantage point, especially in the summertime with all the trees, um, because there's a lot of trees. And the creek is just like all around that place. Um, I was impressed with the size of the property. It is huge. And like I said in the video that I posted, the driveway was just scary. When I watched Chris McDonough's video, and he said, the driveway was very steep. He just was not exaggerating whatsoever. Very steep, very bumpy. Um, just kind of, it's kind of like a scary area. There was nobody that was like rude or mean or anything like that. I'm not really sure why Jody Sue says this is like a bad place to go. Um, it wasn't like that. I mean, the neighbor was really nice, but when I say scary, I mean the terrain is like scary. But the place itself, there was even another guy on Beach Creek Road, like right right down the road from the Wells's house, and he was picking up trash in his yard, and he had his dog, and I stopped and talked to him, and he knew the case very well. Yes, Irish badass. I agree with you. I seen the inside of it on Chris McDonough's channel, and it was pretty bad. But this guy that on Beach Creek Road that I stopped and talked to, I asked him what he thought, happened to Summer, and he said he was another one that said that he thought that she was taken. And I found this comment very odd. And I do actually have this on video, but I said, where in the world, would they take a little girl? And he goes, oh, I guarantee she's far, far away from here. And I just found that really odd. What would make this guy think that Summer was far, far away from there? Um, just gave me pause for thought. Raybird, I agree because it was not that way. The people were actually very nice. They were very nice. They were friendly. They were willing to talk as long as you did not put them on camera. Um, but they just, it was not like that. I didn't see a bunch of drug stuff and, none of that. There was no one rushing outside and, running up on our car with shotguns or anything. And I feel like this is the picture that she has painted, and that just did not happen. I was actually a little afraid to go there because of what she has said. The 209 Ben Hill Road, is that Jody Sue's house, Irish Badass? Is that her address? If so, I can't tell you. I saw her driveway. But okay. Yeah, I don't know where 209. I didn't go there. I ran into the neighbor that when you first pull onto the road, that neighbor, and then I saw her former driveway, but you couldn't see like their house, and you'll see it on my video. If you watch the video that I just uploaded, you'll be able to see that. That's the house where Candace, Grand Monster, and Summer had taken pictures there. Had pics taken there. Oh, okay. I am not sure. I did not go there. I wasn't looking for that house, so I'm sorry. I don't know if it's vacant or not. Um, this trip was really interesting. For just so many reasons. There's so much that I wish that I could upload, but 209 is the house with the waterfall on the property. Okay, I did not see that house. Once we got it has an on-site septic, a large one. Yeah, I did not see the 209 house. I simply was not looking for that, so I did not see that. We didn't go any further than the Wells's house. We turned around and got off the road. I didn't want to be there too long. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't see a waterfall. I saw a creek all around there, but I didn't see a waterfall. Yes, Danny. Um, I have to tell you that I know that none of us want to say that Summer is dead. It just sounds so harsh to say, but after seeing that property, there is just absolutely no way that somebody went up there and abducted that child. If they did, it had to be somebody very, very familiar with that property. It's so isolated. You kind of have to know it's there to even get there. And then the driveway itself is just it's crazy steep. I mean, it's just it's bumpy and steep and all around the property itself. I did see Molly Go Lately's video, and when she was saying it was impossible. And I was thinking, well, that's crazy. It's not impossible to search. But actually, after going there and seeing it for myself, it's not impossible to search, but there's just no possible way that somebody went up the side. It's so steep. Nobody's going up there and taking a 5-year-old child and getting away with it. Um, it's just like Chris McDonough said, the universe would have to literally perfectly align for that to happen. And I still, even if it did perfectly align, I highly doubt that that could happen. It- yes, the house is very high up. It's very high up. You got to look like had my head like almost hanging out the window to see it from the road. Um, but it was really weird to find. And like I said, I mean, you would just have to know that this house was even there to go up there and snatch a child. It's very improbable, and I if anyone still thinks that that's a possibility, I'd really suggest taking it off the table, because it's just not. Uh, the neighbors around there, like I said, just very nice people, and they talk to you. You know, they did say that the Wellses were getting really upset with people coming up there, which I can understand that. That's why, we did not get out of the car. We didn't try to bother them. There was no dogs. I will say that. I didn't see a single dog, not one. And the weather down there in Tennessee is it's nice. It's not cold. But I never saw a single dog, not one. So that's, there were so many different thoughts that I had. There was another lady. We stopped at Burger King just to grab something to eat, and I started to chat to her about summer, and she said that Candace, she also worked at Burger King, but she said that Candace had come in there, and she said that she just acts normal. That she just acts like nothing. This woman actually follows on YouTube. I don't know what her name is or anything like that on YouTube, but she said she does watch YouTube stuff. So I did tell her that I was going to be, posting some things, and she didn't want me to post any film of her or anything like that. So that's fine. That was like pretty much everyone's request. Like, please don't film me. And so I just can never release that footage. I don't know the Tennessee laws. I don't know if I would legally get in trouble for doing that, but I just want to respect people there because I was thankful that they were even willing to speak to me. I'm a total stranger to them. But they very much know about summer. Um, it's pretty known, and I want to point this out. One of the neighbors on Beach Creek, I asked him. I said, is it normal for children to get stolen around here? And he goes, no. I said, no. He said, no, and he shook his head like he just gave me a look like that doesn't happen right here. So, and he also was one of the people that mentioned drugs, that drugs had gotten pretty bad around there. And he said, I'm not sure if drugs were involved, but I kind of think they were. And I said, yeah, I think so too. So there was, it kind of broke my heart a little bit right on the um, sign that says Ben Hill Road to turn down there. There is a picture of Summer. Right underneath it, somebody put a little wooden thing up, and there's a little Chase Paw Patrol guy on it, and it just choked me up for a minute. But I just wonder what Candace and Don think every single time they turn off of that road and their daughter's not with them. Instead, she's hanging off of a sign. I couldn't imagine that. Irish badass. I think Summer got hurt at the swimming hole. I think she dry drowned in the back seat. Her right thumb looked purple, blue, low oxygen. I think Candace and Don disposed of her in a ravine or somewhere else. That swimming hole really got me. Um, it really got me. You have you ever just had a gut feeling about something? Like you go to a place and you just have a bad feeling. That's what it was like. Um, it just I was looking at that water, the rocks, the trees in it, the trash around it. And my first thought was just, why in the world would someone bring their child here to swim? And then, my second thought was what Irish badass just said. Did she hit her head on a rock? Because what Hunter said, as we all know, completely different from Candace. It's like night and day almost. But I can definitely see how, Summer could have possibly hit her head on a rock there or even those trees because in Chris McDonough's video, you really can't see those tree limbs and stuff. But now that it's winter, the water levels dropped. You really see those trees and you can really see the rocks. Yes, Scott H. I have a much better understanding of what it is there. And listening to other people that haven't been there, I so badly want to say like no 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 no, that's not what it's like, or that's not what the terrain's really like, or that's not how it is. um I think the terrain is so beautiful. Danny D, yes, Tennessee is absolutely beautiful. And the people, again, I will just say that they're very friendly. They're very friendly people there. Irish badass, saying there's so many trees and it's full of bacteria. Candace said there's twisted tea cans everywhere. I think Candace and Grand Monster are smoking weed. Hunter may have been throwing Summer. Irish, I really think that I think more Candace and Hunter were doing something. And I think they were not paying attention to Summer at all. I think they were the ones. Yes, Scott, I like your channel too. Thank you for being here. But it makes absolutely no sense. When Candace said that Hunter went up in the woods, when I saw that, I was like, where in the world would he go? It's just like a steep little incline. There's nowhere to go. So that to me is just a total lie. And I guarantee that Chris McDonough probably thought the same thing. Like that just doesn't make any sense that he would go just off into the woods somewhere because there's nowhere to go up there. It makes a lot more sense that him and Candace were watching TikTok videos, like he said, and I guarantee they probably were both drinking. Oh my goodness, Kay. That would be absolutely horrible. And I would hope that she would be arrested for that if that was true. I saw pics of Hunter with Candace at the lake, but I wasn't sure when those were taken. I thought maybe Hunter was throwing her playing and an accident happened and she stayed underwater. Um, Yeah, I've thought about after going there, I just thought about it so much, just going over and over and over in my mind. I really don't think that Grandis was at Warrior State Park that day. I really don't. Just something I just don't, and that's just my opinion. That's my little speculation, but I just don't think she was there. Um, I really believe Hunter's story about kind of what they were doing there. I think he left out parts too, but I kind of believe his story about what they were doing there. Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse. It is late here. I was just watching somebody else's live stream, and they were describing the terrain off of Google Maps, and I was kind of yelling at my phone like, "No, no, 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 no. That's not how it really is. You got this all wrong. I've seen it with my own two eyes. Algae covered rocks are slippery as heck. Same with algae covered trees. It's slimy and slippery. Yeah, it's very slimy. It's very slimy out there, like the leaves and stuff. It's just kind of dirty. Just the trash and yeah, I'm a night owl too. At 3:27. Yeah, so you must be on the East Coast like me, huh? It's really late here for me also. But, like I said, I was watching someone else's live stream and I was like, no, I got to get on here and talk about this because I was there and I saw it. And yeah, this person was not, they just weren't being accurate in what they were saying about that terrain and, how Jody Sue couldn't possibly see or could possibly see. And I was thinking, there's no way. I saw it. I mean, I couldn't even see up to their houses, and the trees don't have any leaves on them. So in the summer, when the trees are full of leaves, there you can't see. What can you possibly see? That there's so many trees around there. Um, I could only see the bus when I got right up near the driveway. So, but it's just a very quiet street. Like it's not, it's very out, like in the boondocks, pretty much. Okay, Sloan. Won't say much, but I hope TBI does something about what I called and let them know. All I will say, it's Candace that did what I reported today. I hope we know something in the next week or less. Wow, okay. I'm not sure what you reported, um, but if it's relevant, I'm glad that you did. Irish badass. Heard of Jennifer Coffindeffer? She's the FBI analyst during the Gabby Petito case. She and I worked cases together. We've been investigating this case too. Oh wow, very interesting. Um, wow, I didn't know that. Anything that you that you think about this, or it's what happened to Angel Summer? Okay, what happened to her? I seen you comment on my channel that you called the TBI, but I wasn't really sure how to respond to that because I wasn't sure what you called TBI about. So, wow, I really don't know what to say to that. I, you've kind of got me a little tongue tied with that. Is this something that you feel or that Kay? Because I have a lot of feelings about this too, but feeling and knowing are kind of different things. I'm sorry, guys. This person has kind of grabbed my attention here. I'm interested in what she has to say. Uh, huh. I'm not really sure what to say now. I'm sorry. I not usually lost for words, but I kind of am right now. If you, if you, so you feel and know, wow, um, it's got you very uneasy. If you know, then I'm very happy that you have contacted TBI. Yeah, Kay, are you local? That's a great question that Scott has. Danny, I don't know. I don't wanna I think it's just good that she let TBI know. If she knows, law enforcement, I think will let us know if what she said was relevant or not. But if you're a real person that actually does know, and you've finally came forward, thank you. Yeah, there you go. Kay, Irish badass. There's a on Twitter. Yes, Danny. I think that we should if. Oh wow, Kay. Okay. So were you like on vacation there, or were you staying there? Because I'll tell you guys why I was in Tennessee. I actually went on Christmas vacation to Pigeon Forge, and when I realized how close it was to Kingsport, um, before we came home, that's when I decided to go and see these spots and talk to people there. Yes, Irish, absolutely. Um, whatever the truth may be, I think it's very important. This is a 5-year-old little girl. I have a 5-year-old little girl, and this is why this case has gripped me so much. I was with my daughter for her surgery and helped her. Okay, so Kay is saying that she was there from June to August helping her daughter. Um, I that's this is very interesting, Kay. I really want to know what you know, but I'm just not sure if that's what we should do here. I don't know if that's the best thing to do is to put it on a YouTube live. I'm not a channel that wants that sort of thing, but I'm thankful that you've shared this with us. And like I said, if your information leads to Summer, then God bless you for sharing it. I think that's what we all have wanted, is for someone to come forward and tell the truth about what happened to this child. And someone knows. In my opinion, it's Candace. That's my opinion. I think Candace knows 100%. I think Grandis also knows 100%. Um, Don, Don is a bit of a wild card for me. Some days I feel like he was in on it. Other days I'm not sure. Uh, he's kind of tricky to me. And also, did you guys see that Sweetie Pilo is going to be putting out something? I think maybe tomorrow. And she's been chatting with the guy that Don kept throwing under the bus. And do any of you remember Grandis saying Angel Summer never got out of the truck and Candace went to Don and he took care of the baby? Yes, Scott H. Dudley. Um, Donna Serafina has been talking to Dudley's wife apparently for months. And Dudley gave Sweetie Pilo an interview. And he said that the clip that she released just said that I'm sorry, let me be clear. Dudley was saying that Don had what did he say? A microwave and a cooler, I think, on a job site because he knew that CPS was coming and he didn't want to go home. He was going to stay there at the job site. I was really shocked to hear that. There's so much with these people. It's I couldn't imagine not knowing about this case from the beginning and just coming in because your head would be spinning with all of the information and all the lives that they did and all of the rumors and the speculation. I almost kind of want to cut all that stuff away and just get to the root of what was what, and I feel like what was what is that there was 5 people, 3 minor children and 2 adults that absolutely we know 100% were there on top of that hill with Summer when she disappeared. And I think that is where it lies. It lies with them. Wherever Don's sneaky self was, who knows? I heard Summer never got out and the boys came out of the house and carried in the groceries. How's that possible if Don had the boys at work and wasn't home? Nothing makes sense. Yeah, their entire story does not make sense. It doesn't. If you go through it, it just they contradict each other in the same interview. Like, I have changed my opinion 3 times now. At first I thought it was an accident. Then someone took her who knew the family. Now not sure. And why did Don have Candace's car? You know what, Irish? Me and my significant other talked a lot about that. The way that he taunted her with the Starlink, I feel like there was a reason he had that car that day. Why on earth would a construction guy take a brand new car and put drywall in it or things like that? Just doesn't make any sense. Why was the routine changed? Because I feel like Don has an alibi with that car. Yes, Kay, they definitely do. I think Don is, he's a criminal. He's a criminal and he's very savvy. He's very savvy at manipulating people. And being on YouTube, it's just caused such a stir because we're not really used to, family members coming onto YouTube the way that they have. Because they've kind of taken, YouTube by storm. There was a period of time, I'm sure you guys all remember, when Don was, doing lives like every day, hours a day, just hopping all around from this live to that live. It just kind of, put everybody's head in a tailspin, and then you kind of forget, just the basic details of this. She was not abducted from that house. Danny, same. There were rumors that a retired Sunday school teacher from their church has Summer. They were saying that the church took Summer from the Wells to teach them a lesson. Something about churches. There was like a church every other house, it seemed like. Baptist church. Lots and lots of Baptist churches there. Like on Beach Creek Road, I think I counted like 4 or 5 in a very short distance. I mean, they were just everywhere. Okay, I believe Don drove the car because it could be seen, but he borrowed a red truck from a guy at work. Yeah, I definitely think that there's a reason that he took that truck that day. Or the car, I'm sorry, that day. And I don't think he just wanted to drive it. I feel like that, it was an alibi. And he even taunted Candace with that. by saying, I have 7 alibis and she has none. Uh, I don't know. I, Don is very savvy. I will say that. Not in the ways he should be, though. Not in a good way. I what else do I want to say about this experience and being there? The hippie house. Yes, there was a lot of people that commented that the lady that I spoke to that was willing to be on camera looked like she was on meth. I agree with you. Um, quite frankly, I didn't know what to think at first. I've never had firsthand experience with meth, and I don't really know anyone on meth. So anything I've ever seen is just, on videos or, whatever. But the way she was swaying and moving all about kind of looked like that to me. So I wonder if he took the car so he would have an alibi, or if he took it so Candace wouldn't be tracked. Maybe both, Raybird. Maybe both. Okay, he is a prison person and knows how to work the system. Absolutely. Absolutely. Chris McDonough talked about how he adapts. And that's very true. He adapted very quickly to YouTube. He got on here and, at first he didn't really know what he was doing. He caught on very quickly, and you just watched him slowly start to respond different ways to things and kind of say what he thought people wanted to hear. And, but here's something that I was thinking about with Candace. This thought popped into my mind that if she did get rid of Summer because she was jealous of her, as people have suggested, we've all heard Candace screaming, yelling at Don and many of the live streams that he's gone on. And I just started thinking, if she got rid of this child so that she would be the one to have his attention, no wonder she's screaming in the back of these lives, because she still does not have his attention. He's on YouTube instead, talking about Summer, talking about whatever, but he's not paying attention to her. So that was just something that went through my head, and her anger at that even with Summer gone, his attention is still there. I think Summer dry drowned in the truck. I think the Wells had too many CPS investigation and disposed of that baby. Maybe at one of Don's job sites or in a ravine an hour or so away. They had limited time. Yeah, the timeline, they had those couple of hours. But that place, the terrain, again, I keep talking about that, but it's just so important to this case. They really could have put her anywhere. There's so many little drops, and I can't even explain it. My significant other, he was like, geez, she could be right there underneath those, fallen branches or anywhere. I was like, yeah, really, really, really tough terrain. I don't, the dry drowning, there's, I used to, I kind of wanted to believe the accident thing, but Candace is just so callous and cold. I don't know. Okay, this makes 6 children she has lost. Her first son, brain damage. She went to court in Wisconsin for him. Yes, Kate, there is something about Candace that is just evil almost. Um, Irish. People that know Candace have said that she only cries when she thinks Don's cheating on her. Candace has been catfished so much, telling men she wants to leave Don but needs his money. Yes, I saw one of the catfishes. I did read them off. Very clear that Candace is a very lonely woman. Very lonely woman. And that's what I'm saying. I think it angers her, that even Summer's gone now. So Don can't throw all his attention on her, but he still is, and Candace still isn't getting his attention without any children around. And that's gotta eat her up. She is inappropriate. Her personality is inappropriate, and there's a reason, hence my question. What was your question, Z? I didn't see it. Yes, Ray. I feel like she is cold as ice, boy. I don't think she gives a crap. When I was talking to those workers at Priceless, their faces said it all, and I so wish I could show that, but I can't. But either way, their faces were just the one lady told me that because I asked her, I said, did you see Summer in here? Because that's where Candace goes grocery shopping. And she said yes. And she said that Summer was dirty a lot of the time. That, she said that her hair was always kind of matted and unkept and just dirty. That's how she described them. And it kind of blew me away when she said that Candace was happy. It's really the word she used to describe Candace coming into that grocery store 2 days after Summer disappeared. And she said she appeared to be happy, that she didn't have a care in the world. She was loudly talking about drinking and getting drunk. Um, that's just, it was shocking to hear. I would think that the boys would have been questioned by now. If she was beaten, I would think the boys would have talked about it. Yes, Irish, same. I'm really wondering about the boys because they absolutely have been questioned by now. Don's interview with his son. The son looks down the entire time. He looks so uncomfortable and scared. I agree. Z. Candace has some sort of neuro problem. Her smile is uneven. Her responses to social situations are as if she has no idea what is going on. Yes. Her personality is off in a way that seems like she's had a stroke. Yes, Z. I completely agree. Um, Her affect is very strange. Um, Most of the time, I'm usually a pretty good reader of people, and she's so hard to read because there's nothing there. It's almost she feels and looks soulless to me. Okay. I have never seen Candace cry. The boys have been talked to by TBI. Yes, I'm sure they have. It's been months. I'm sure that TBI absolutely has talked to them. Yeah, yeah, Iris. There's definitely an opiate issue going on with Candace. I noticed that in the first uh, TV interview that they did on the news. I could tell right away that she was on opiates. Okay, the boys have said they will not go back to them. I wouldn't either. I would not either. Would you? I mean, honestly, that who in the heck would want to live there with those two? I mean, we see what they're like, and it's shocking. As old as they are, because Don's an older man, and they're partying like they're 20 or something. I mean, you have no children. You would think they would be in bed holding each other, crying, hoping for their children back. Instead, they're getting drunk and high on YouTube lives. Alcohol will dilate pupils too. Uh, I guess I'm not really sure. But her pupils weren't dilated. Her pupils were like pinpoint. Iris, there's been no confirmation that TBI spoke to the FBI. They're minors. They cannot publicly state what the boys have said for the boys' safety. Danny, but then they're fixing the home and saying they want the boys back. I don't know. I think it is a long shot that they will get those children back. With everything that they've done on YouTube alone, I just can't see how any social worker would look at even one of those lives and say that just because they fixed up their house a little bit doesn't mean that the house is a good environment, because those two are still as toxic as ever. Okay, no way I would go there. They have Benny and Cam going there, and it's all drugs and alcohol. Oh, they were dilated on Dr. Phil. Okay, Z. Um, I kind of thought that Candace looked. I kind of thought they were both sober on the show when I seen them, and maybe that's why we actually saw her cry. Who knows? I just don't know anyone who would get up and walk away if my child was missing and Dr. Phil was willing to give me a platform. I would be on there in a second, showing every picture, everything, you know. Some that know Candace have said that Candace and Don don't want to visit the boys because it's too far of a drive. Wow. That's I I oh gosh. How could it be too far of a drive? I wouldn't care if I had to drive across country to see my children. I would go. In fact, a few years ago, my son went down to his grandmother's in Alabama, and he wanted to come home early, and I drove all the way down there and got him and brought him home early. Okay, Dr. Phil got too close to getting Candace to break, I feel. Yeah. But did everyone catch Don and his little smirk when Dr. Phil said that he believed him? I would too, but Candace never reacts normally. It's as if she doesn't know what normal is. Yeah, I don't think she knows what normal is at all. At all. I didn't even wonder if she did something to Summer. I mean, and they put her somewhere, which I think they did. I don't think she was abducted at all. How can she be this, that smart to outsmart everyone? And it seems like she's not smart at all. I would too, but Candace, oh yes, yeah. Uh, this case is just very troubling to me because I feel like Summer should have been found a while ago. But then again, I'll go back to the terrain and how bad it is. It is. It's very confusing. Because and another thing about Ben Hill Road, um, it's short. It's a very short, little road. It's not like a weird thing about it. There's a sign that says no through way. And so I asked the neighbor. I said, "Is this a private road? Are we allowed to drive up it?" He goes, "Oh no, yeah, it's a public road." He said, "You can drive up." I said, "Oh, okay." In a lake, 32 minutes from the house with the rake. Wow. Okay. Uh, you have tongue tied me again, ma'am. Heidi, I would like to agree with you that Grandis is the brains. Yes, she has been there and done that, hasn't she? Kay, I sincerely hope that you're not trolling, and I'm not calling you a troll, but this is just kind of striking information that you put out, and I'm just really not sure what to say about it. The Warrior State Park Lake is not 32 minutes from the house, so I know it can't be that one. Anybody want to comment on what Kay said? Because I'm not sure what to say right now, guys. I almost wish I had someone up here on panel with me because I'm a little tongue-tied over that. Um, Kay, again, I just want to ask you, do you know this for sure? And do you know if they're searching this place? I'm not sure either, Irish. I think she is in. I think she's saying that Summer is in a lake 32 minutes from the home with a rake. Okay, I'm not a troll, I promise. I listened to the EVP that Angel Summer has done, and Summer has said a lot. Oh, okay. Okay. Are the EVPs, because I just read tarot cards. I'm not a psychic, I'm not anything like that. The EVPs are kind of like those little box things, right? Or that was a rake with Summer's demise. Someone sent Prayer Garden a picture of Summer's body? What? This sounds like something a tarot reader said. Yeah, right. I, I I'm really kind of confused with these comments. I read tarot cards, but like I said, I'm not a psychic or anything, and I don't do the EVP. So I'm not really sure how they work, and I don't know. I just read someone else mentioned a rake. No idea. Huh. That's very interesting. I mean, I'm not gonna knock any tarot readers because I do read tarot. Like I said, I'm not gonna, you know, that would be silly for me to do, but I'm also a little realistic, and I have read, Summer's cards and stuff, but I haven't put that out there because it's not concrete evidence. Alicia 2398 Wattenberg Road. Please go look at it. It's by a drain pipe. What? Yes, Irish Badass. That's a great question. Kay, could you tell us the name of the lake? I I don't I don't I've never spoken to Prayer Garden, so not really sure what's going on over there, or what they're talking about, or any picture. I would hope that if somebody had a picture like that they would be turning it into TBI and not Prayer Garden. No offense, but that's just, that would make sense to me. Oh, she's trying to debunk it. Okay. Well, why would someone have a picture of that though? Kay, um, I hope we find her, by whatever means possible. So your information, I hope that it's helpful to them. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this live, guys. We're almost at an hour now. It's 4 a.m. here, and I really need to go to bed. So thank you guys for all being here and chatting with me, and I will see you guys later. Happy New Year, everyone.